So I was scrolling through my Twitter feed. I actually need to figure out how to share my Twitter link in my video description, but that's another story. From Ben Norton. I never want to hear an American ever talk about irregularities in the elections in Venezuela, Nicaragua, Bolivia, etc. The U.S. is exponentially more corrupt and less democratic than the empire's official enemies that we're told are, quote, authoritarian. Des Moines, Precinct 80. Bernie's group had 101 people. Pete's group had 66. Bernie and Pete end up tied at 4 delegates following a turn cost. This is democracy? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Iowa caucus.
Tails. There you go. You get the delegate.
Just watch that again.
Tails. There you go. You get the delegate.
So I don't obviously know like the validity of this video or this tweet necessarily, but it kind of seems to fit a pattern with more just apparent just sketchiness, and then we have like the irregularities and the caucus results being delayed. We still don't know what's going on with that. And then, I mean, how does that make sense if this is indeed accurate that Bernie had 101 supporters, Pete had 66, but they somehow both ended up with 4 and it was decided by a coin toss? Exactly, that's democracy. How does that make sense? Let's see, and then here's another one. More blatant irregularities, i.e. straight up theft in the corrupt, undemocratic charade in Iowa. I am the caucus secretary for Story County Precinct 11. I've been on hold for over an hour to report the results. We have 6 delegates. Let's check out this thread, see what's going on. First alignment, Bernie Sanders, 111. Elizabeth Warren, 82. Pete Buttigieg, 47. Delegates, Bernie 2, Warren 2, Buttigieg 2. Here's how, again, how does that make sense? Just proportionally, Bernie Sanders should have had more than Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg. Like, how, again, like that tweeter's making the point, how is that democratic? That makes no sense. You get more votes, you should have more delegates. That's pretty simple. How is that such a, I don't know, foreign concept? We had 285 total people in our caucus and a 50% viability threshold, which basically means that you needed to reach that 43 or that 15% or you wouldn't go on to the second round. So, and then you need at least 43 people to be viable. People were already gathered in their assigned areas, and it was pretty clear who was viable and who wasn't. Biden had fewer than 30 people, and Pete had right around 45 or so. Even before we got a count on the first alignment, the Biden people bailed and went to Pete or Amy. When we got to the first alignment, the totals were viable, Sanders 111, Warren 68, Buttigieg 47, unviable, Klobuchar, Yang, Steyer, Biden. Wow, look at that though. Yang got more than Biden. And yeah, Yang, what, I guess so that Yang would be in 5th. That's pretty impressive. I'd counted the viables and just took the reports and the unviables, so this adds up to 1 extra. On the second alignment, we got our totals, 116 for Sanders, 82 for Warren, Buttigieg at 73, not aligned 11. We lost a couple people who just had to leave at this point. That's a long thread. CNN wanted to interview about my experience. Couldn't get on fast enough, so they hung up on me. I'm back on hold. I don't think this is a way to do democracy. We're just following the rules, and this is the outcome of the rules we got. If I can ever get the results reported, still hold on. Yeah, agreed. How did Bernie get 64 more votes than Pete and get the same amount of delegates? Unbelievable. Yeah. How, again, like there just seems to be some really shady crap going on right now with Iowa with these weird vote totals, how Bernie's gotten substantial more people supporting him, but the same amount of delegates as people who had much less. It's not looking very good. It's not looking very good. Like, what is going on? What is going on here? Let's check out this thread real quick. Um, and then there's just these stupid trolls every once in a while making these ridiculous points. The socialism understander is logged on. I was just there, and when I left, Bernie had 5 delegates and 40% of the vote. Please DM me. Did you happen to record anything? How did this margin lead to equal delegates in D? Like, that does not make no sense at all. See, this is why Bernie wanted an actual vote number and got the rules changed to do so. DAP quality control, the Anthony Fontana. I mean, again, we have first these alleged inconsistencies going on, so the caucus results haven't been reported, and then we have these people who were there, who were part of these caucuses, who were head of these precincts in some cases, saying that, Bernie got substantially more people supporting him than both Warren and Buttigieg, but they still ended up with the same amount of delegates. How does that make sense? Even if that's technically, following the rules and they ended up with that result, how does that make sense? The person with the most support should get more votes, and it just, this whole process in Iowa just kind of needs to be realigned or something, because how does it make sense that Bernie gets more people supporting him by a substantial amount compared to specifically Pete Buttigieg, but they end up with the same amount of delegates? That's not democracy. That does make sense. Something needs to change here. And I mean, it looks like Bernie could have came out with a lot more delegates potentially if these rules are different. I guess we'll see what the final results are from the Iowa caucus when and if they are ever released. But it seems like the more and more we find out about this process and what transpired, the shadier and potentially kind of more corrupt it looks. Those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear yours in the comment sections down below. Peace. Much love.